CapeCast. Howdy folks, we're on the breakwater at the far end of Provincetown. And Tom, it seems you had an episode involving a sinkhole here while you were out clamming recently. Could you just sort of tell us what happened?
Sure. I was clamming. I've been clamming for a couple of years, and I was along the side of the rocks, and all of a sudden I found myself in a sinkhole. And it was a really cold day on Sunday, and there weren't many clammers around. So I stepped into it and couldn't get myself out, and was screaming for help, and no one could hear me. So,
did you feel like this might be it for you?
A little bit. I didn't know what to expect. I thought that I didn't want to fall into it because it was so thick and it smelled so bad that I wasn't sure, I'd be able to get myself out of it if I fell. So yeah, there was a time when I started to panic and think, and I was thinking about hypothermia too. I had wool socks on and I was dressed properly, but still it was getting really cold. Thought maybe the boots was creating suction when I went to move out of the sinkhole. So I forced my feet out of the boots. Every time I would go to step forward, I would go deeper. So I was above my knees by the time I got out of it.
Just so you know what we're talking about and what to avoid as you come out to one of the most beautiful spots on the Cape, the breakwater here at the end of town. About a quarter of the way out of this over a mile breakwater on the right, you can see the sign sticking out. Just beyond that sign right now, there's sort of like a peninsula of sand. In that are two boots, Tom's boots, that are still there. Sad trophies of a day of clamming gone wrong. There's a sign that we're sort of looking at. On this side of it, you can see it pretty well, but as you approached that sign, it's sort of sticking out. The letters are a little bit worn off, so you really didn't seem to have a bunch of warning about seeing this thing or walking into it.
No, there was no warning. Like you said, there's letters off the sign, and it's way beyond the sinkhole. So you would have to walk through the sinkhole to be able to see that sign.
So Tony, it seems like you've taken some steps to let people know about this sinkhole out here. What have you done recently?
Well, the most recent thing is that I replaced the sign that I had lost. We had a couple of wicked storms. I made a bigger base, so I had the highway, make that sign, put it out yesterday. Okay, we're out here in the area where this whole event went down, and Tony... Well, I'm already in soft mud, and this guy evidently, he's still walking.
Oh man, we're almost at his boots, but they're tantalizingly close. Don't do it, Tony.
Well, I got you to help me.
That's what you think.
Well,
I'll turn tail and head right back to the parking area.
I'm not going any further. See that? Look, to give you an idea. Now, here's the suction that I was talking about. My boot, I'm going to be able to pull my foot out. Do I want to do that now?
Jeez, Tony, don't do anything crazy, man. Yeah. Look at that ground. Look at it shift around down there. It's like pudding. What we learned from talking to Tony and from experimenting out by the sinkhole ourselves is that if you feel that foot go in and get stuck, don't take a second step in the same direction. Back it out of there, because if you keep going, you could be in there for a while.
And that's why I wanted to tell people. The only reason I'm coming forward with this is 95% of the people I've mentioned this to never heard of it, never knew about it, and I didn't know about it either. So it wasn't something I was aware of, and now that people are aware of it, I'm sure they're going to be careful and really look out for it.